back to another heavy metal diecast video, and today we've got one here in 1/72 scale diecast, of course, from Hobbymaster. It is a Messerschmitt Bf 110G-4 here, and this one does have a shark's mouth on it from its previous group, the Haifisch Gruppe, which is the shark group, and it is from a NJG for NJG-4, of course, and it is one flown by Willi Herget, and NJG-4 was formed in 1941 and was a Luftwaffe night fighter wing during World War II, of course, until war's end in 1945. Its role was the interception of RAF night bomber formations that were bombing the German cities. Flown by Willi Herget, as I said, who would become a night fighter ace and Knight's Cross with Oakley's recipient, of course, and he would end World War II with 73 aerial victories in over 700 combat missions. And 58 of those aerial victories were at night. And the majority of his aerial victories would be against RAF's Bomber Command on the West Front. In one sortie, he is credited with shooting down no less than 8 British bombers in less than an hour. He did survive World War II, of course, and he would sadly commit suicide in 1974, aged 63. All right, let's open this box up and have a little look at this little shark. And this does look very nice. It is in an interesting colour scheme, especially for night fighting duties. Usually they are in a darker colour, like black, but this is not. It does have the grey-green camouflage on this, and it does have the usual details in the flap here that these Hobbymaster ones do come with, and there is what looks to be a little booklet or some instructions down there. But why are we struggling to look through the box? How about we open this box up and get our hands on this Messerschmitt and have a real good look at it. Alright, with the 110 out of the box, it does come with that normal Hobbymaster stand, of course, but what isn't normal is it does come with a letter from Hobbymaster. Dear John. Nah. Apparently, there were some issues with the canopies, and from the looks of this, there were a couple of different types, and they may have put some different types in with some early releases, and maybe they're trying to rectify that, because as you can see, if you're, put this on pause, you can read it yourself, but you get supplied a couple of extra canopies too, some later model canopies to be used on your aircraft if you wish to swap out the canopy that's provided on there, as well as on other previous models that they may apparently suit. But anyway, we will get to ours. That is a first. I've never had that before, so what we've got to do is jeez, I really hate these. There we go. Released. Oh, where am I going to grab this? There's some prickly bits underneath. We'll move this packet out of the way. Well, first, I'll just show you. It does have like all the options for some ordnance there. So there is some rockets or some tanks as well. And of course, that pilot looks like to have some leg issues. Might have had some diabetes. And there is some landing gear options, of course, for gear down, which we will cover in a moment. But we want to check out this awesome looking Messerschmitt 110. And this is absolutely fantastic. It looks great. I think it does look absolutely awesome. Let's check out some panel lines first. Beautiful. It's got some really nice detail. That looks absolutely awesome. Oh, we want to get to that shark's mouth first. Let's do that first. That does look cool. That looks fantastic. And that radar array on the front there. Wow. That is pretty full on. No, better not touch it. I don't want to push my luck. But the propellers, they do spin nicely, of course. And it does have some great gun detail on the nose as well, if you can see there. And that radar, phew, I'll have a little look underneath. It does have a little bit sticking out there too, so you do have to be a little bit careful handling this one, so you do not break anything. It's got that gun pack underneath the fuselage there. That looks awesome. Beautiful. And of course that's where that ordnance will be going. And it is set up for in-flight because it does have the covers over the engine nacelles there. And of course Just got to put the tail wheel option in there as well, and that is the job done. So, well, what we'll do is we will go off and do that. So we will put some landing gear options on this and kit it out and come right back. All right, we have Willi's Messerschmitt, well, not that Willi, but Willi Herget's Messerschmitt all set up for in-flight. Very straightforward. These pieces were already in. You just put the tanks and the rockets in each position on either side of the wings, of course. They drop straight in without any hassle. And, of course, you put the little cover over where the tail wheel area is. And, of course, on top, you just chuck a little aerial on top of that canopy there, and that is everything done. And this looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, this is really cool. So, in flight, this is how your Messerschmitt 110 will look, of course. And I think it does look absolutely amazeballs. This is really cool. And, of course, you do take that little plug there out, which will reveal that little hole, so you can put your stand that you get. It's a 3-piece stand as per usual, and you can just chuck that in there. It does sort of touch that paintwork, as you can see there. So if you're a little bit worried about that, maybe, you know, put some little bit of tape on top of your stand, and this is your Messerschmitt on the stand, in flight, ready to display, of course. And this is an absolute beautiful one. I like it. I mean, who doesn't like a 110? I reckon they are a great looking bird for sure. But, of course, you know me, this is not how I like to look at my aircraft. I like to see mine gear down. So what we will do is we will go off and do that right now and come right back, of course. All right, let's have a little look at this with gear down. I've kept the canopy off so you can have a little look inside there. You can check out a little bit of that detail. It's got a little seat in there. It's got some nice gauge detail in there, of course. I think it does come up very nice. And, of course, if you just want to put your canopy on, you just, obviously, I'll try and make it look as awkward as possible. We will just plonk it on like that. And then it's job done. And, of course, you can put those pilots in there if you wanted to put your pilot figures in there. I don't really use pilot figures on mine. And we better look at that landing gear. And it is very straightforward. You just have your main landing gears that does drop in. And, of course, 2 gear bay doors on either side that do slot in there nicely. And they do have the wheel well colour on the inside of the gear bay doors as well, which is pretty cool. And it's got that little bit of extra detail. It's got some little minor details inside those wheel wells as well, which is really nice. And, of course, you just put that extended tail wheel on the back there, and that is gear down. And this does look absolutely fantastic. Yep, I'm pretty happy with this. And, of course, this is an older one, so if you want one of these, you do have to hunt around on the second-hand market. And if you can score one of these, still brand new in the box, that is an extra bargain, of course. And I think I paid around just over $130 for mine, and that's not too bad for an older one. I reckon that's not too bad at all. But this does look fantastic. We'll wind this video up. I will put this on the deck, of course. Beautiful. We'll zoom in a fraction and finish this video up, of course. And I reckon this is another fine looking Messerschmitt Bf 110 by Hobby Master. And hey, if you like one of these, throw us one of those. If you can find that little button, feel free to say something in the comments as well. And, of course, feel free to subscribe to the channel as well if you want to check out more of our videos and be kept up to date. So, once again, this is 1/72nd scale diecast by Hobby Master. It is a Messerschmitt Bf 110G-4 as flown by Willi Herget from NJG 4. And he was a night fighter ace with 73 aerial victories during World War II, of course. I will take some photos of Willi's Messerschmitt here and chuck them on at the conclusion of the video, and you can check those out without my hands all over it, ruining this beautiful aircraft, and you can see it in a bit more detail. And, of course, thank you so much for spending your valuable time checking out another one of my videos. I really appreciate everyone that does drop past and actually make it to the end of the video. I can waffle. All right, guys, thank you so much. And, everyone, you all have a fantastic rest of your day. Cheers, everyone.